Hi everyone, I'm Santiago sharing my GIMP screen. I'm working on some just AI tool output I got. I'm working with it with the warp tool now for some hours. Here you can see these cool blobs I got there. I'm trying to get it like out of the image it was and closer to something that I feel I personally created. So I'm here working with the warp tool now for a bit. It's this little wave on GIMP. This is some AI output I got from a text to prompt tool on the internet, on Midjourney precisely. And I'm making changes in the shapes in order to feel or have the idea that it's something I have done. I have been doing this for some hours now. Here's this one is like the default from the warp tool called move pixels. Then there's this grow area. I think that this is like what the tool called crease does in 3D sculptures. And the others here are not, are just kind of the same. Anyway, there's a shrink area option too. That's cool. And can be cool with these AI things that have like some blurry areas. I think you can get some cool edges using this shrink tool. There, I want to show a close up of this. There it broke. The detail is broken. So we can make the problem bigger and take that to our advantage. As you see, it's starting to make the shapes of the pixels like bigger columns, and every step of the color starts to shine and have to be important. For me, it is a big pleasure to see this kind of expanding a mistake. I will take this one now. I'll copy it. And I will take it to Inkscape and see what we can do there with this. Here's some other work from today. Let's see. This was a thing I just made and said hi on Twitter. It's made with the same tool I was just showing, that little wave in the default option. Just I'm just moving. I think it was here. You can see like a texture, because the process of this started with some pieces of paper I had painted like 3 years ago, and today my kid was with some book about art, like art for kids, and it included the story of Van Gogh. So I went to find some Van Gogh book to show her, and inside of it there was this. I'll show them to you. So here is what I was talking about. With this, I mean, I had painted it and cut it, and these stripes were inside of a book at home. So this is like 600 dpi, I think. There's little hair. So that's cool. I worked with it. I took it to this at some point. Then that was just, I tried to do the steps like one thing at a time. First, I changed colors, and then I changed the geometry. I think this is like step number 5. Anyway, let's take that one I was talking about to the Inkscape. Here it is. This is how what it looks here on the right bottom of the screen. Is how it would look if it made like just a light and darkness, brightness cutoff. That's it. It's a vectorial image of how it looks like in blacks and whites. This is already awesome, in my opinion. And I can, for example, break apart this path. Yeah. It will take it to shapes that don't overlap or cut each other. I don't know if that's the right definition, but yeah, anyway, it will be like just convex shapes. If one shape is like inside of another one, it will make 2 of them with those. And there it is. I think that like the V1 sometimes is useful for composing stuff, but many times it's just a shape. I could do this, for example. This is a way to take advantage of this one. It's maybe putting this there. If I want like this shape to exist, I can. This is very non-professional SVGing, just play, but I can unite those 2 paths, and yeah, now when I break it apart, what I expect it to do is to make the inner one as a black one, as a full one. So now I have this one I was asking for. All these little things, I usually make them bigger to check which shapes I love. I made poetry with this. It's more like visual poetry. There was text, but some little commentary. But I made poems with this stuff, or also typography damaged or changed in. This is great. This is a shape I love. You can see here. I'll isolate this one and think about it for a while. This, for example, you can see this. Okay, it's the same color, so it won't help. This arc, this bow shape suggests like a space. I mean, there's this cone with a kind of rounded edge or yeah, end that you can see very easily. You don't have to do like a big effort to see that, and can be the source of a sense of space to its surroundings if it's placed in a bigger composition. That's at least my point of view, and something that we can see. Like it's empirical, but at the same time, it's, you can miss that kind of stuff and not be missing art, in my opinion. So now what I will do is to make the same procedure, but using this option that says multicolor detection mode colors. There's bright steps too, so you can have like grays of this. But what the one I will do is colors. And 8 colors is what I chose. I usually don't touch this, but you can. I'll take the smooth corners option out. And then there's some Inkscape downloads that have this and this as defaults. Stack and smooth. Stack is not convenient for the kind of thing I want to do. It makes like layers, like the lighter layer will be like the whole square, and then it will choose another color to put on top of that one. Not what I want. So let's go. Here you can see the trace at the bottom of the screen. It says 6, 1, now 6. Now it's done. It was kind of fast this time. And I will take the original image out. Just killed it. This is not like the last one that is one object. This is 8 objects. So we can ungroup them to have every one of those color parts. Group of 8 objects says. Ungroup. So here you are. I guess it was impressive. Just the AI one was very cool. The one I made with the warp tool with that was beautiful too. This is like, for me, it's kind of, okay, something is gonna break. No, it's okay. For me, it's kind of instead of cutting an image, it's like being able to cut it in another different dimension, right? Like having parts of it in another sense than just cutting the bitmap. So this one is one I could break apart. I'll save this so we can. Path, break apart. I'll do that again. I'll do it like many times every day, this same process. Okay, while it's working, while Inkscape is working, I will just do some stuff here on GIMP that I wanted to show. For example, with what I was talking about, these places where it isn't well defined what's a line. You look at this and there's no continuous line of color, but if you are far from it, you can see shapes working perfectly. So I'll take this pixelated bit of stuff with copying and I'll paste it as a new image and try to work a bit over it. Just inverted the colors, take the hue. I'll take the hue to any random place or some place that I like. I can work with this warp tool. I think possibly in tinier images like this one, every pixel has like a meaning. I think that as if it was before this image as a detail in a bigger image, it matters and it works with the rest when you are changing stuff, but yeah, it's just part of a way bigger thing, so it's completely different. I will do this layer, transform, offset, and it will go to another place of the same image. So this gives me the opportunity to compose again and work again, because why do I do this if it's not to work more and more? So here we are, like pretty automatically doing the same kind of work I was doing before. And maybe I can do some of this little stamp tool my goal here is to get and win some complexity to this image. So that we can have better fun with it. Just one more asset, one more pearl to add to the other thing. Okay, that's good. I can even do this. This is like an unpopular thing to do in my inner spectacle, but doing this, there's a filter to detect the edges. Yeah, wow, looks crazy. Maybe it still looks too much like the filter. So I will do, for example, I will try to change the colors. Yeah, it's very simple, but it does not look anymore so much like the filter. I don't think this is a cover your tracks thing, cover your what you show you have been using. It's just that it looks. So goodbye, friends. It has been a pleasure as always talking with you and sharing what we do. I love you.